going on, ISL fanatics? My name's Aronskii, and if you can hear mariachi music in the background, I apologize. My neighbors thought it'd be a good idea to have their quinceañera today. But it's week 4 of the ISL. My opponent is Oz, or the Waluigi Warbands. We are currently sitting at 1-2, and they are currently sitting at 0-3. So we're looking to, you know, not go below the threshold. We're trying to win because, well, I mean, Deebs is at the top of the ladder, so it's gonna be a climb to try to beat him. But as long as I beat him in the last week, that's all that matters. But looking at my opponent, like all the stuff he could have brought, he had a lot of special attackers. So I was like, Muck kind of destroys his team. And I was building with my buddy Bill Standish, and I did have Calm Mind Clefable, but then he told me to switch it to Wish, because Wish into like Max Spadef Muck with Assault Vest kind of beats his team. And we didn't think he'd bring the Superior, but he actually, not Superior, the actual good snake, Survivor, but he did actually bring it, so I was kind of curious on what that would do. And let's just get right into it. I bring the same 6 as last week just because my team really can't work with other stuff because my team sucks. But I lead with Lopunny because it has a good matchup against everything. Should have let Zapdos because that kind of had a better matchup, but it's whatever. I lead with the Lopunny, he leads with the Ferrothorn, and I was thinking, I don't want to high jump this turn 1, I don't want to miss turn 1, and I don't want to risk any of that. I don't want to take Rocky Helmet, I don't want to take any of that, so I just make a hard double into Zapdos as he goes for the double himself into Krozma, which good plan is part if he's defensive, because I couldn't touch this thing. But this is why I'm packing Toxic on this Zapdos, just because Necrozma, if it was like Calm Mind, Iron Defense, Stored Power, it kind of beat down my team unless, you know, I was running a Alolan Muck or Unaware Clefable. But, so I'd just stay in the Toxic this thing. I want this dead as soon as possible. As he pulls out the Spark Strike, maybe predicting my Clefable, because that's the only thing really it hits are super effective. And he's actually running a physical Necrozma, which is really interesting, but it does nothing to me. I think I'm max HP, have like a little speed, and then the rest is in Spatak. So I go for the Thornball as he Shadow Claws. I don't know what he was trying to Shadow Claw. Maybe he doesn't have, I don't know if this gets like Zen Headbutt or anything, but Shadow Claw, I guess, trying to crit me, but does nothing. I go for the Roost just because I want to stay healthy as he goes out in the Mega Manectric, probably predicting another Thunderbolt to get his Lightning Rod, but I ain't having none of that. So I try to go for the Toxic here because I just, whatever. Oh, nope, I go for Roost. I go for Roost because I wanted to gauge Thunderbolt damage, actually. And he went for Flamethrower instead, I guess, predicting Doug Trio, possibly, but it's whatever. He goes for the Volt Switch. It does 42 as I try to Toxic there, but he makes a good read and goes into Ferrothorn. As I just pull out a Heat Wave as he knocks off, gets rid of my leftovers, which is unfortunate because then I'm forced to Roost more often as he double knockoffs. Not sure why, but oh, and I just reset. He double knockoffs as I just try to get the full because he's letting me get free Roosts off, why not? And I kill it with a Heat Wave, so looking good for me. 6-0 as he pulls out the Mega Manectric, and he's really trying to catch something. I don't know what. I'm assuming Doug Trio, but he does reveal HP Ice later, which I don't know what does more. As he gets a burn, which sucks for me because I can't. I'm forced to Roost more often now, obviously, because I don't have leftovers. See, now he pulls out the Hidden Power Ice, does get a crit as I do Roost off, fortunately. I think I do Roost again here, or I do. Okay, I Toxic here because I'm like, alright, I just want to get this thing whittled. as since Volt Switch did 40, I wasn't living that. So that goes down. He goes out in the Rabombi. At least I think that's what this is called. I never see this as I go out into my Muck, which could eat any special attack. Or Quiver Den set it. Cutting that out. Any Quiver Den set. As he just pulls out the U-turn as I go for the Poison Jab as he makes a good play, goes out the Survivor, he takes the Poison Jab as he is leftovers. Still don't know what that means. This thing gets knockoff apparently. I was not aware as I pull out my own knockoff, get his leftovers. I don't want this taking any more damage because it's nice for Rabombi and Mega Manetric, so I just make a hard double to Lopunny as he reveals the Giga Drain on my resisted Mach. Unless he was predicting the trio, I'm all if he was trying to predict, by all means, as a return just drops that. Goes out in the main Mega as it's I think a speed tie, but I ain't about risking that as I go out into my Mach as he really doesn't want to get trapped by Doug Trio as he pulls out the flamethrower. And then he pulls out the Signal Beam and tries to confuse me. Wait a second. Volt Switch, Flamethrower, Ice. Okay, he doesn't have Thunderbolt. I'm like, does he have 5 moves? What am I crazy? Pull out the Poison Jab as Poison is able to take out the Mega Manetric as he pulls out the Necrozma, and I'm like, this would be kind of nice for Rabombi, but it's just like, I don't want anything else getting whatever damage. Maybe he predicts some Toxic, so I just sack this here. He actually has Earthquake, so didn't know it got that either, but learn something new every day. As I can just go for a safe fake out return and kill this thing. And that is that. It's getting a little worried because I, without a doubt, assumed this was Scarf at this point, because I think his game plan was he didn't bring hazards though, which was weird because I was assuming he was Scarfed. He was gonna bring it in on a defog, get the +2, and sweep my team with it, but he didn't have any hazards, and I didn't bring defog, which I don't know. I didn't think I needed it, but pulls this out, and I didn't want anything taken at close combat, or if he pulled off the random gunk shot on my Clefable, so I just sack Lopunny here as he reveals Cross Chop. It's at a close combat, so I guess he just doesn't want to take defense or special defense drops, but risking the miss there. As since he outsped my Lopunny, I know he's Scar for sure, so I can go out into this. I try Toxicking, and I miss, which sucks, and I'm like, well, shoot, if this is Quiver Dance, this is going to be a problem. But wait, it's not a problem if I'm unaware, and funny thing is, I should have double-checked my team. I forgot to switch to Unaware. I was actually Magic Guard, and I clicked too fast, and instead of Wish Protect, I had a Wish and Present. So, if this was Quiver Dance, I probably could have lost here. Which I would have been really embarrassing to lose this way from a misprep. But if he was Quiver Dance, he could have probably just spammed like fairy moves or something, killed this. I assume it gets like Giga Drain, and my Suicune isn't bulky at all, so it wasn't looking too good for me as I tried to Toxic again on the that thing, Infernape, not Infernape, Primeape. And I'm like, well, if he has Gunk Shot, so be it. I'm sure Suicune, well, actually, I take that back. I did the Gunk Shot to a max defense bold, I think it was. Did 51 max, and then if he crit me, I don't even think that killed. So I was just like, screw it, I'll stand and kill this. The Earthquakes, so I guess he didn't have Gunk Shot. Hit me with this next best thing, and he goes out into Rabombi again, does a lot with the Moonblast, so I'm thinking he's Specs or Scarf. Or he's gotta be Specs or something, cause that, I don't know. So I miss another Toxic. Just getting hexed out of the wazoo here. I just let this go to Moonblast. I didn't want Suicune getting, I didn't want to switch Suicune in just in case he got a special attack drop. And then, because as you can see, it did 29, and he gets a special attack drop, so that could have been somewhat bad, but it still does 51 to Rabombi, as 2 Surfs are able to kill it, so I win week 4, 2-0, good game to my opponent. If he has a channel, I will look that up and put it in the description and whatnot, but your Allendale Arons are now 2-2. Yeah, and I think Deebs is 3-0. I have no idea. I will watch his video whenever that comes out, but I don't care if I win this league. I just want to do better than Dan, which, as it stands now, it's not looking too good. But that'll be all. Peace.